Let's get some of those machines and put them in downtown. Why does it take so long?
They will have the business improvement. Put them in. But let me ask this. I don't know why we have in our, or why the discussion kind of geared at parking meters, but this is for everything. If I double park here in front of City Hall, if I double park because I'm dropping somebody off and they're not coming back in the car and I'm stopping traffic, all that is parking violation that's increasing.
Yes, correct.
If I'm parking in front of Walmart and I'm just there and I'm waiting for somebody to come out, parking violation, that's increased. Anywhere else? Park in front of school, everywhere?
Yes.
He mentioned the handicap. The handicap in the red zone, those fines are much, much more, are they not?
Depending on whether it's city ordinance or whether it's vehicle code, city ordinance, we charge $105, and under the vehicle code, the fine is $255.
Which one are we collecting?
It depends upon which citation is written. I try to encourage the 105, but occasionally people do get stuck with the 255.
I would say, Mr. Lucia, let's try to see if we could penalize people that park in handicap zone where they're not supposed to, or red zone, and people who just run out of quarters because they got stuck in a store. You know, people who stay in line, let's just stay in line, they put 2 quarters. By the time they get out, if it was too busy, they got a citation.
Now that's an option, and there again, it's up to the council, and actually, I mean, I think that's I guess the best of the worst is to not charge the meter violations, the extra $5.
Yes, on that, yeah. Do not charge.
Well, this is
Do
the park.
not charge this.
That would be a separate item. This one is increased parking violation fees. So if we don't increase, we lose because of the state taking $3. So we need to do this one. And if we're going to do something different downtown, we need to bring that back.
We need to exclude the parking.
We can add it to this.
Well, it's going for discussion right now.
I would bring it back in a revised resolution to set forth the fact that if you're going to exclude certain types of violations from an increased fee.
Okay, so let me move on this motion here, and then we'll bring back the other one.
Excuse me, just real quick before you do that. Is there any way in the terminology that we have going on right now to do that? What's going to happen is if this is going to go to the next council meeting, we're still going to be stuck with paying the $3 a ticket, no matter what. If we don't change the
No,
resolution.
we're approving this now. Well, we're taking a vote on whether or not to approve this.
Okay, well, can you approve the language now and then?
Well, my only concern is that I haven't researched what the effect of, whether you have to set the fine all at a certain amount or whether you can exclude for the city one as opposed to the vehicle code. I haven't researched that issue.
So I'm making a motion to approve this ordinance as it stands, and with the request to bring back something different for parking meters and parking violations under a separate deal. So we start collecting, from now until we do that on the parking, you collect the $20.
That's not.
Is there a procedural?
Yeah, because I just remember reading the Senate Bill 1407 that it requires that $5 be paid or $3 be paid on all parking violations. I don't think it's going to allow you to exclude that. It's going to allow you to exclude the parking.
But I think Councilman Musan is requesting that you might say that the city go ahead and absorb.
On those violations?
Yes. Yeah. I think that's your.
Will we be losing any money with this? No.
Well,
We'll lose $3? No.
we'll be losing $2.
$2. We lose $2.
For every parking ticket? Or what, on the meters only?
On the meters only, not the different.
But you're making that back on the other violations.
Exactly.
Right, on the-
Yeah, he's got it back.
The only thing I would request is if you're going to approve this motion to make it subject to me just verifying that we can legally do that and set a $5 increase rate for certain violations and not a $5
Well,
increase rate.
my motion was to approve this resolution and bring back whatever changes under a separate resolution that we need to do. So that was, so we can approve this language.
Can that be done?
I like to get the copy of the new law. I like to get a copy of it. You know, I like to read it carefully.
Let's circulate that among council.
Can we go with that?
But you need to.
Like I said, I would recommend, because this one
I'd like
essentially
to make a
approves.
phone call tomorrow to the Schwarzenegger and tell him that we do not have the money.
Well, for not losing money from now until we decide that. The motion is to approve the resolution as it stands. Do I have a second? Second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed?
Opposed.
Two opposed. Motion passed. That was all that was pulled. So, business items. Appointments to Calexico Financial Advisory Board.
Yes, I have one.
I have one.
We'll start from my right, Councilman Moreno.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to appoint David Grossbeck to the advisory board.
Mayor Pro Tem.
I do not have a person at this time.
I'd like to appoint Richard Preciado.
I'd like to appoint former council member, Richard Burnett.
Well, he's on the housing committee.
Yeah, he's good.
He's the accountant, I know.
Elsman?
I'm going to wait till the next council meeting.
Okay. We have two appointments? Three.
I also think that, talking about the financial advisory board, if we start engaging in the discussion on the city treasurer,
We have one?
we have one. He has not showed up to the meeting, and I think that we should have some discussion, because there is a benefit package to that position, and there is other things that we could do.
I asked about that last time, and it has to be ballot measure. We have to put it on the ballot.
No, not to eliminate the position. As far as the city has benefits that they pay to these elected.
Eliminate the benefit.
So this is one option, but I think it would be nice to see that he's involved and helped with his experience to the financial department, especially right now.
Well, can we task it with him with responsibility? Maybe he doesn't have responsibilities besides a signature once a year and that's it. So I don't know.
There's been a review with
Investment policy committee.
Liam?
Yeah,
Oh, what's that?
he's on the investment policy committee. Treasurer?
city treasurer. He should be part of this. In fact, when I asked for this,
He should be an honorary member.
the treasurer and the financial.
I just think it would be nicer if you come back and help us. Yes, a lot of us.
All right. Councilman,
With this thing being established, does somebody need to communicate with the city treasurer that he has to be present at these meetings?
can we just send a notice?
Who would that be? You,
Another year. Okay, moving on, item 12. Appointment to the bid board. Councilman?
Yes, for business improvement district, I appoint Athena Aguirre. No, he's not. Athena Aguirre.
He's on the
Economic development can be in both positions?
Yeah.
Yes, well,
It's not prohibited.
Oh, okay. Athena Aguirre.
okay. Item number 13. Consider various options to balance the budget, including 4 items. Can we start off maybe can we get, I know there's a memo sent out on one property sale that we have pending. Any status on it in Bronson?
I answered that.
So I saw the email, should be closing soon. And anything else on the other parcels that we had on Cesar Chavez Boulevard? Remember we gave direction to get appraisals and get some prices on those, do we know? Over by, I think they're owned by the water plant, or?
We have an appraisal. When work is due, we have an appraisal. We have appraisals for all parcels, except First and Beaver. No, we're talking about that, I'm sorry.
There's a parcel there's a towing company over there, and there's a lot of land that we have.
That's part of the water treatment property.
Was that not one that we were supposed to subdivide